beautiful people. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? All right, guys, as we get in, if you don't mind, please send your daily heart me. It's only 1 coin. It'll help boost the live and push us out to the FYP. And we are going to go ahead and get started here, guys. This is Sparring with Santana. This is Sparring with Santana. We're looking for some debates. So if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, do all the wonderful thing. Tap the screen, share the live. Knock out the daily gift goal. It's the little pink heart puffs right now, but we're going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to the little 1-cent gift goals that'll help push us out. So guys, lock in. Let's go.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in shame. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey.
Step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick.
No cap, no shield.
Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna?
Sparring with Santana.
I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power.
Hey,
that's
Taylor.
force. I'm the test.
Hey,
the
Alexis.
The trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Yeah. Step in if
Hey,
you
Anna.
You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. In the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. No. Better know your stuff.
Who else do we have in here? Hey, Project Jasmine.
Don't you wanna? You wanna?
Oh, it's going by fast. Hold on. Oh, really, Kathy? Guess what, Kathy? I'm gonna mute you because no one cares. Get up here and tell me about it. Send your request.
No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed.
Yep.
Step in, don't you wanna? You wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah. This ain't your safe place.
Nope.
This a flame space.
It absolutely
Step in,
is.
don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana.
Hey. You said no more tariffs? Kinda. Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald, Timothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates, guys. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. And Trump supporters, listen, it's actually pretty easy for you now. It's actually pretty easy for you now because I don't even want you to come up here and tell me about policy, right? I don't care about you being able to prove policy or legislation because we know the Republican Party, Trump, MAGA, you guys don't know how to govern, right? That's the thing that we already know. If you're a Republican, we know for a fact that you have no idea how to actually govern or lead. So whatever. But what I am hoping that you'll be able to do is show me your conviction. What do I mean by that? I mean, prove me wrong. I don't think you actually care. MAGA, Republicans, I don't think you guys care about any of the stuff that you say that you care about. I don't think you guys care about Antifa, DEI, the border, the Constitution, America. I don't think you guys care about any of those things. But this is your opportunity to prove me wrong. Good luck. Apple, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. I don't know if you're like near a fan or a AC unit or anything. It's like some wind blowing. You can you move around a little bit, or are you outside?
What was that?
It's something kind of blowing in your background, like towards your mic. It actually is gone now.
Well, I'm in a.
Wait, you're breaking up. You said you're where?
Hello.
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Yes. Would you like to repeat what you just said?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now.
I couldn't hear you. I was just saying.
Oh,
hello.
okay. Yeah, it sounded like the signal was a little wonky for a second. Okay. And you said, I'm sorry, you said you are a Trump supporter, right?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Well, hey, before we get started, Apple U, quick question for you. Do you know who I am?
No.
Okay. All right. You know what? That's fair. Would you mind if I give you a quick introduction to not only who I am, but what this is?
That's fair.
All right. Give me a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates, guys. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not looking to talk to friendlies, only looking to talk to Trump supporters. If you're friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Also, I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal. Right now, it's a little pink heart puffs. I'll keep resetting to these little 1-cent gift goals. It'll help. If we can knock those out, it'll help push us out to the FYP. Also, send your daily heart me. Only one coin, and it boosts the live as well. Apple U.
Yes.
Prove me wrong. Can you show me your conviction? Show me that you actually care about any of the things that Trump supporters say that they care about, which I don't think you guys actually care about.
Oh, do you want me to just pick one, like something that
I mean, if there's anything that you have any conviction about, because I don't think you guys actually mean any of it. Like, I don't think you guys actually care about any of it.
Okay, so how about this? I'm a heavy believer in taxing the rich does not work, which is a heavy Democratic policy or Democrat policy.
Okay, tell me why.
Well, most, billionaires, and the term used is top 1%. Is that correct?
You cut
That's
out
usually
for a second.
what they. Can you hear me?
I can now. You said the term used what?
Is usually top 1% when we say, when Democrats say tax the rich.
Yeah, for sure. Usually there's different market indicators as far as a set amount, but yeah, I mean, definitely the top 1%.
Right. So those top 1% earners usually have assets, or their value or whatever they have or their liquidity is not in an income. You can't really tax an asset. You can't tax how much stock they own. You can't. So how can you tax? Explain that to me. I'm willing to listen.
Yeah, it was something that Kamala Harris specifically wanted to tax, which was unrealized capital gains.
Unrealized. So that means non-sold.
Yes. So specifically what they do, because you're exactly right. I mean, like, a lot of the time they keep their actual assets tied up in like different things, including like property or property, stock, like all these other things. Right. And what they actually do, they play like a fun little game, right? So let's say that, they have stocks and they want to actually use some of the fund to actually buy more stocks or more stuff. What they actually do is use the gains off of said stock to purchase, let's say, more stock. And so they never actually take the money out, and they continue to actually make purchases and grow on top of that without having to, move money around. And it keeps them from being taxed on, because if they pull it out, then they're going to be taxed. So they go through different loopholes in order to continue to actually increase their wealth. And so Kamala Harris was just saying, like, hey, let's close these loopholes. Let's do that. And then if we close the loopholes, then that would actually help generate more in taxes for everyday Americans.
Right. You said gained. You said
unrealized capital
gain.
Unrealized capital gains. Yes.
Yeah, but you were saying how, let's say person X has X amount of money in this stock, and you want to tax the gain.
Mm-hmm.
How do you determine what the gain is if nothing's being sold?
It's a set amount. You can tell the over market evaluation based off of the actual purchase, whether it be property or stocks or anything like that. And then it's also for anyone who has a total amount of wealth over $100 million.
So it's just if you have a net worth, like you said, $100 million or more, you get taxed on that.
Not taxed on that, taxed on the actual assets that you can accrue additional capital on.
Can accrue additional capital on,
or have. Have.
So have.
Yes.
So
specifically.
So it has to be. I'm a little confused. It has to be when.
Sure. So let me give you an example. Let's say I'm worth $250 million, and I have a house, and I bought the house for $2.5 million, and now with the house, I've added there's been additional equity added into the house just by the housing market, and now it's worth $6 million. So I would get taxed on the amount that's above the actual purchase and evaluation point to actually help close the loophole. Because what I could always do is like refinance, take the amount out of the home that's been added on additionally, and then use that to purchase something else.
Right.
So again, it was all about loopholes.
I understand.
Yeah, it was all about loopholes for Kamala Harris, and just saying hey, no, you're fine. It was all about loopholes for Kamala Harris, and just saying, hey, if we can shut down some of these loopholes, then we don't have to necessarily quote unquote tax the rich, right? Which I think we should tax the rich, but like that was a way of getting it done that would not have harmed everyday Americans, and it would have actually put so much back into our economy and reinvested as a whole.
Okay. So when does that tax happen? Is it a one-time thing? Like you use the example. Mm-hmm. So you use the example for the house, like $2 million, right? Mm-hmm. And then you built up the house and it's worth 6.5 million. Mm-hmm. So that's, 4.5 million, and you get taxed on that 4.5 million is what you're saying, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you get taxed yearly based on the, difference in value that you accrued over the year. And explain to me.
So from year one to year two, if I get an additional $1 million, then I would pay taxes on that $1 million. And then from year two to year three, if I add another 3 million, I wouldn't get taxed on 4. I would just get taxed on that 3. And it's just like, we have property taxes, we have, the actual federal taxes that we pay yearly. It's just like that.
Right. So, okay, I understand what you're explaining to me. So hold on.
Chat. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say what you were going to say.
No. I thought you were going to be gone for a minute, but if you're back, we're good.
No, so like I said, that number, 4.5 million, like the accrued value, right? That's what the example you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
That number, if you don't sell and make that profit, why are you being taxed on it? It's just it's like it's a new thing being made up.
Right. No, because what a lot of ultra wealthy people do, instead of actually pulling the value out and getting, adding it to their bank account, they just basically use it and repurpose it to make additional purchases. So it's a very common practice with like stocks, where they take like the gains made off of stocks and use that gains to purchase more stocks, so they don't have to actually pull money out, and they can buy the additional items without having to be taxed on it. It's literally like they're borrowing the money from themselves to make more money, but never paying the taxes on the money.
Right. So this is only for who, like, what person? Meaning like the income wise.
You're cutting out. Your signal keeps going out. Guys, as we work on the signal, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes, guys. We're only at 32,000. Tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything except anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, what up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Just like Joel. Joel sent a $10 super chat to say Trump admitted that after the BBB, he doesn't, quote unquote, need Congress anymore. And Congress is happy to have him have the shutdown since they are anti-government. Worst government of all time. Literally. The Republican Party, they don't actually pass any type of legislation. W's in the chat for Joel, though. Apple, are you still there?
I'm just waiting for my connection to clear up.
Okay. Well, while you do that, let's see if we can go ahead and get someone else up here, guys. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, I'm sure this person doesn't. No, for a fact, this person doesn't support Trump. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Only looking for some debates. And MAGA, it's really simple. It's really simple. All you have to do is show me your conviction. Because I think that you guys are a bunch of phonies, a bunch of frauds, a bunch of hypocrites. And it's easy to be a hypocrite when the person that you follow is an actual hypocrite. Taco? Yes, Taco. Absolutely. Hey, Donald Trump got played in China. Did anyone else see that? Did anyone else see how Donald Trump literally got played in China? After boasting and bragging, and then going to see Xi Jinping in person, first of all, absolutely suck up. He was an absolute suck up. But then after that, Donald Trump actually rolled back everything. Hey, Apple, you have to come back into the app. If you're out for too long, it'll kick you off.
I'm here. Okay. So, I mean, if you were still going to talk to the chat, that's cool. But
no, it's fine. I mean, you're good. It sounds like your signal's here now. So,
yeah. So, I wanted to continue the conversation, and you said yearly, right? You wanted to do this
but
unrealized.
See, help me understand this, because like the only thing that we've been talking about this so far is the proposed plan of unrealized capital gain, and Kamala Harris isn't president, but you said that you don't like the idea of taxing the wealthy. One, if you don't mind me asking, what's your net worth, if you had to guess?
My net worth with assets, I would say
450,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so you wouldn't have been in the ballpark for coming close to this unrealized capital gains tax. But is it your premise that you are someone that basically you support Donald Trump because you thought that you were going to have to pay more in taxes if Kamala won?
No.
Okay, help me out.
I make a pretty decent living for my age, and I know like I got to pay my taxes, and I live in New York, which is, one of the highest tax states in the country. and I even have to pay city tax, which is also annoying. You know, with some of the in the tax code that Trump brought with the big beautiful bill, I have some things that, you know, I can use to my advantage. The premise of taxing the rich, I just don't think it's fair at all. It does, and I understand I brought up the idea of it, and that's the simple answer why I don't agree with it. And then when I brought it up, you brought up the bill that Kamala was gonna propose when she was in office. So yeah, so we kind of got lost in that. But if we want to talk about the idea of it, we can.
Well, I just want to, you know, understand the justification of how you can continue to support him today, because, you know, the election was what, almost a year ago, right? So yeah, I mean, all right, you voted for you voted with your wallet, but like seeing what he's doing today, the way that he actually is destroying the country today, like I don't understand how you're still supporting him.
So you wanted me to give you a complete honest answer?
Yeah, sure.
So over the past couple of months, I've been down the rabbit hole of I don't even know if I could say this. Starts with a Z. Zionists and how we're the United States is in complete control of them. And it's kind of making
Wait, are
me,
you saying
you know,
they're in control of the U.S. or we're in control of them?
they're in control of the United States. Like the media and basically everything.
And Donald Trump.
You know, yeah, and that's what I've been starting to realize. And it's kind of screwed up because it's politics, and all these politicians are corrupt, no matter who you say, every single one of them. And it's fucked up that we have to choose because there's really no winning. Like, I understand that you support Harris and I support Trump, and we have our differences on political opinions.
I don't support Kamala Harris. I mean, she's not running for anything.
Oh, I assume.
No, I support America. Like, Donald Trump is literally destroying the country. And I mean, anyone that's not adamantly, loudly protesting him and his power and trying to, you know, reduce his overall power, then you're on the other side. I'm Antifa. Like, all of us should be.
I don't even know. Can you explain it to me, the Antifa? Because listen, I'm gonna be real with you. It's so hard to like read stuff online and know what's right and what's wrong. So I want to hear from you. You're the primary source. I'd rather hear from you.
Anti-fascist. You know what fascism is?
Okay. I mean, the way it's described, it confuses me. I know there's like 14 different points of it.
14 tenets. Yeah.
Everyone. Yeah, but the Antifa thing, you know, it kind of confuses me because people that are, you know, causing. I'm not saying this is every single one of them. Like, I'm sure you're not the person who's in the street, you know, causing damage to properties and businesses, but some people that say they are Antifa are, you know, causing destruction. So, like, it makes it seem like they're really, really bad and they're, you know, not good people. But I mean, explain that to me, because I'm conflicted on what it is and, you know, what I see. Yeah.
Well, I think the easiest way to do this is start at, again, definition of the definition of a fascist, right? That's where you want to start. Fascism is a far-right authoritarian ultra-nationalist political ideology characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocrat, militarism, forcible suppression of opponents, and a strong regiment of society and the economy, right? And so fascism has 14 tenets, and if you meet 9 principal tenets of the 14 tenets of fascism, you qualify as a fascist. And some of the most famous fascists throughout the history of the world is, of course, Mussolini, Hitler, Franco, and Antonio del Oliver. So long story short, it's really bad. It's really bad. Fascist is bad. And so being anti-fascist means that you don't stand for fascism, right?
Can I
Now-
jump in real quick? Very quickly. So you mentioned dictators and how it aligns with fascism. Now, let's see if you can agree with me on this. I'm not saying you're a communist. I'm not saying that the Democrats are communists. But can you agree with me that communism results in a dictatorship also?
No.
All right. I mean, you could continue on that, or you can continue what you were
Do
saying.
you know what communism is?
Listen, I know what communism is, and nowadays there's like 15 different communism definitions, and everyone says I'm this type of communist. I'm this type. I'm not that type. I'm not a Marxist.
The problem is that the right tends to weaponize words, and then they weaponize the words and they use them, and then people get attached to that, and they just throw them around because they don't know what it actually means. And like, even when you said, I'm not calling you a communist, like that wouldn't have upset me if you would call me a communist, because I know what communism is. But like, people don't actually know what a communist is or a socialist is. And then so the right has weaponized those words and making people believe they're bad when they're not. The problem is a lot of people, well, there's been no true form of communism that's given the opportunity to thrive throughout the history of the world. Hey, a question for you.
Soviet Union.
The Soviet Union wasn't a communist, wasn't a communist society.
So the hammer and communism,
communism is a stateless, classless, systemless society, and everyone shares in the means of production. And so having a government and someone at the top is antithetic to being a communist society. So like literally communism is everyone sharing in what's needed, sharing in responsibility, sharing in like gains. Everyone has the ability to have what they need and work together. Like that's like the premise of communism, right? But people use.
Wait, did you say there is somebody on top, or no? There's not somebody on top. So nobody's on top.
No, the people govern the people.
Right, and is there anyone above the people, or it's just people governing people? So
in communist society, if there is need for a certain level of representation, then they're appointed or elected for representation for a short period of time, and then the power is removed once the function of the actual need is gone.
And like, give me an example of a function where you would need to elect somebody for that short period of time.
Let's say that you need, I don't know, you need to actually negotiate with another communist nation on maybe trades or something. I don't know. Like, I don't have anything specific. I'm not a communist, so I don't know the full ins and outs of it. I just know like the way that the right tries to use communism, that's not a thing. But the way that actually Donald Trump we use fascism or fascist, which is the more important thing, that's it.
So do you support communism? I'm confused.
No, I mean, I don't have anything against communism, but I'm not a communist. I'm more of a socialist Democrat.
That's like Mamdani, Zoran.
Mm-hmm.
He wants government-owned grocery stores.
Okay.
You agree with that?
I don't care. I think that we live in the richest country in the world, and people should be able to not have to worry about like, did you know that in 2 days, 42 million Americans are going to have to deal with food insecurities? Like 42 million Americans.
Yeah, I mean,
and not only is 42 million Americans going to have to deal with food insecurities, it's because one, Donald Trump specifically removed the language and is refusing to release the funds that have been appropriated to cover SNAP benefits. Literally, they've been talking about this since September of last year, and they sent a reminder to get a vote put on the floor in May of this year saying like, hey, this is coming up. We need to make sure that we get this all secure. Donald Trump removed said language from the White House website and is refusing to release the money, the funds for those 42 million Americans that won't have access to food. I think we live in the richest country on earth. We have the richest man on earth that lives here. And why can't people eat?
Why are those people losing those SNAP? Like, what type of people are losing the SNAP benefits?
People that need them. The people
right,
that
but is there a criteria? Because from my understanding, I read that part of the bill, and it was stating that people have to work X amount of hours.
There's already been
you can't
a
just
work
not
requirement
work.
for SNAP benefits.
And it wasn't. What was it?
There's
What was
always
it?
been. I would have to look it up and see exactly what it is. The only thing the Trump administration changed was they made it harder. But that's not the point,
How did
because
they make it harder?
they increased the
I agree
the
with
work
you, they
hour
made it
minimums.
harder. I mean, right. And if you can you let me know what it was prior?
Yeah, I mean,
Because I
can
think
look it up.
it's 20
It's
hours a week now.
Yeah, I mean, I can look it up, but the point that I'm trying to make, and because you're talking about the effect from the BBB, that isn't the actual legislation that has been implemented yet. Like, that's not the sticking point. That's not why people are
Right.
losing SNAP benefits. It's not that. It's literally because the actual budget for the next fiscal year has not been approved. And since the budget for the next fiscal year has not been approved, and Donald Trump is refusing to release the emergency funds that are set aside for just this case, they're not getting their benefits. So this has nothing to do with the actual changes that were made to SNAP benefits by the BBB. I think that doesn't go into place until like after the midterm elections. So
The big beautiful bill legislations.
yeah, a lot of the actual changes that's going to be negatively impacting people, they don't go into place until after the midterms.
And where can I find that out that that's true?
In the big beautiful bill.
Well, there's some part. Are there some parts in the big beautiful bill that take effect this fiscal year? Because I'm pretty sure there are.
Yeah, there are, like the actual extensions to the tax code, because they extended the TCJA and the BBB.
Right.
But the way that I'm just gonna keep it funky. The way they actually did it, right, is they set it up to happen after the midterms, because they were expecting the Democratic Party to win one or maybe even both chambers of Congress in the midterms, which is like a normal thing, right? That's not something that's unusual. Normally,
Yeah, I agree with you.
The party that's in power loses at the midterms because people don't show up and vote. And so they strategically had it set so it'll look like once the Democrats were in power, that the Democrats were the one that caused the increases.
So why haven't these, like the SNAP or the SNAP part of the big beautiful bill, why haven't they gotten into place yet?
Because they didn't set it to go into place until after the midterms.
Okay, so now it's just the funding is cut.
Yeah, the catch-22, the hang-up, right? The actual hang-up is the subsidies that's going to expire for the Affordable Care Act. People are about to pay hand over fist for their health care, and about 7 million people are going to lose access to the Affordable Care Act. So that's what it's about. It's about Americans being hurt, and the Republican parties don't really give a damn about people getting hurt. Thank you for the confetti.
So these people on SNAP benefits, I mean, I understand the people that physically can't work. I mean, I have sympathy for them, but the people who can work, I don't understand why don't people work? I mean, this is kind of just like a moral question.
Well, I mean,
not everyone.
You know, I don't know if your morals are the best way to go about this. You voted for Trump for your wallet, so I mean, I don't know if that's if you really want to talk about morals. But the thing that I will say, the thing that I will say is that it's not a case of like, oh, they're on SNAP benefits and they don't work. Like literally, do you know who the biggest private employer is in the U.S.?
No.
Walmart.
I was gonna say Amazon.
That Walmart has over 100,000 more employees than Amazon. Did you know that an overwhelming amount of Walmart employees are on SNAP benefits?
They should get a better job.
Oh, so just fuck them for actually working now. Just
no,
they
not
need to get a better
job. That job clearly doesn't pay enough.
Right, but like literally at first you were saying, oh, if people can work, they should work. And now I'm sitting there telling you, like, yeah, they work, but their company doesn't pay them, enough money. And now you're like, oh, just get a better job.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of opportunities out there you can get. That's all.
Did you
That's
know
all
this
up
is
to
the
the
first
person,
time?
the individual themselves.
Did you know this is the first time since the last time Trump was in office that there are more people unemployed than there are jobs?
Is that according to the Labor and
Labor,
Statistics
yes,
website?
yes. And also let's not talk about the offload of jobs that multiple companies, including Amazon, Meta, there's a whole list. I have a whole list. There's a bunch of places that just cut like a ton of jobs. So like just saying, oh, just go get a better job. Like now more than ever, that's not the case where you can just run out and get a better job. Like it doesn't work that way.
Well, then how then what would you do in that scenario if you were on Snaps and you worked for Walmart? I mean, you seem like a nice guy and got your head on your shoulders. You seem like you know what you're doing in your life. What would you do?
Well, I mean, just because it's something that I would do doesn't mean that it's something that everyone has the ability to do, right? I mean, to be honest, I'm more of the outlier than I am like the norm. I mean, when you talk about the actual discrepancies in the workforce, whether you talk about the inequalities to be able to advance, or even just the ability to get like an education, right? I mean, like all of this is something that plays factors. And the idea of like just grabbing some boots and throwing them on so you can tug on some straps, like none of that works. That's not a thing in this American society. What would I do?
Yeah, like if you worked at Walmart and you were on SNAP benefits and you were, struggling to get by, what would you personally do? I just want to know your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know what I would say to that. I can't answer that because, I mean, I guess the only thing that I could say is probably try to work my way up, probably take a second job, which most Americans have to take.
So you agree with me. You
Well,
agree
but
with me. Get a better job. I agree with you too. Move up.
No. I didn't say I didn't say get a better job. I said get a second job.
A second job too. I agree with you. Get a second job. Work your way up in the job you have. I agree with you.
Question for you. Do you know when the cost of living actually became to a point where people couldn't live off of, just working one job and even off of just like one income?
No.
It was after Ronald Reagan introduced trickle-down economics. Okay. Prior to trickle-down economics, the federal minimum wage was in direct correlation, going on a parallel trajectory with the actual cost of living. But then when Ronald Reagan convinced people that we should give tax breaks to the ultra wealthy and they would trickle it down, then the actual cost of living continued to skyrocket and federal minimum wage plateaued. And so the point that I'm trying to make is that the actual philosophy that you're preaching, right, and not taxing the rich and moving in that direction has literally put people in a position where now you're saying, oh, you just need to get a better job. But all of these people are in a bad position because of the philosophy that you're preaching.
Not just get a better job. I agree with what you said. Get a second job or try to work my way up. So we agree on the same thing.
Why shouldn't we be able to live off of one job? Why do we have to have multiple jobs just to live?
You can live on one job.
You can't.
I live on one job.
Yeah, that's you. What's federal minimum wage?
I don't like 12, 11. I know what my state is.
No, you're talking about your state. Now,
no,
I
my
didn't say your state. I said federal minimum wage.
Yeah, I took a guess. I don't know what it is.
$7.25. $7.25 an hour is federal minimum wage. And you talk about like the cost of living, the housing, the cost of not even buying a house, but like renting, right? And then you add other things in. The cost of groceries up, the cost of gas is up, the cost of energy is up, child care is through the roof. Medical debt is the biggest leading debt or the biggest leading factor to being unhoused. And now Donald Trump is repealing a Biden administration initiative that keeps medical debt from going on your credit report. Like Donald Trump is really just saying like, fuck you guys. If you have medical debt, it needs to go to your credit report. And now you guys are going to be, shit out of luck.
Well, that's why you should get insurance. That's why you should get insurance. But like you said, we agreed on the same thing. If you have a job,
what did we just talk about? What did we just talk about these 7 million people getting ready to lose their insurance because the Republican Party won't extend the subsidies for the ACA?
And yes, and we both agreed. Those people that you just mentioned, right, clearly cannot afford it. And the reason they can't afford it is because they're working these jobs, these minimum wage jobs, and they're struggling to get by. And I asked you what you would do, and what you said is get a second job or work your way up in the company. And I agree with you on that.
My point is, that doesn't change my point though. Why do we have to have 2 jobs to live in the richest country on earth? That doesn't make sense.
What's your question?
Why do we have to have 2 jobs to live in the wealthiest country on earth? Literally, the United States government just gave $40 billion to Argentina. $40 billion to Argentina.
Right.
Do you know how much it's going to cost to cover SNAP benefits for that 1 month?
No.
$8 billion.
Right. So this is
instead of our government deciding to take care of our people with our taxes that we pay, they gave our tax money to another foreign government.
Right. So this is where I'm going to agree with you. Trust me, I'd rather that money come to me, and I'm sure every American would. And even if you voted for Trump, no matter who you voted for, you would say the same thing, unless you're delusional. You would rather have that money.
I wouldn't.
Right?
No.
You wouldn't. So I'm talking about the money that's got sent to Argentina.
No, I wouldn't. I don't care about the money coming to me. I care about the money going to people that need it. Again, they could have used that to actually, they could have used that to help people that are going to miss out on their SNAP benefits. I don't care about getting the money. I care about other people getting the money.
Right. So the people why isn't it supposed to be a stepping stone, SNAP benefits, to get you out of that situation? Or is it you're just supposed to stay on SNAP forever? What do you think it's the purpose of it is? Is it a stepping stone or is it something permanent?
It's supposed to be a stepping stone, but like when our country doesn't have, people don't abuse it. People use it when they need it.
They stay on it. They stay on it their whole lives. They don't want to work. They don't want to do anything.
You can't stay on SNAP benefits for more than 3 years.
Is that true?
That's absolutely.
Let me
fact check me. W's in the chat for Rad. Rad had sent a $5 donation to say, remember, Trump only paid $750 in federal taxes a year for over 15 years. Why should the impoverished pay more a year than billionaire caller? Yeah, I don't know. Apple, when you come back, I would love to get an answer on that one.
I just looked it up. They said you can stay on as long as you want. There's
That's
no
not
three
true. Tell me
year
where you saw that.
I typed it in right in ChatGPT.
First and foremost, ChatGPT is not a source. That's not a source.
Okay, so you want an actual source? All right, I'm going to get the source from ChatGPT. It's going to direct me to the source, and then I'm going to tell you.
W's in the chat for Ali. Ali sent a $1 donation saying, we are the fucking wealthiest country in the world. It's not fair that I'm sitting here terrified that I'm going to lose my Medicaid. Doctors made me quit working due to seizures. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Exactly. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Carrie, who sent a $15 donation saying, always dropping facts. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Carrie. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Also, guys, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. This is the backup account. If you see the word follow, hit that follow button. This is the backup account. We're going to be doing, thank you for the cap. We're going to be doing more debates on the backup account. So make sure you hit that follow button. And this is the main account. Follow the main account as well. Follow both of them. And I just want to see you and if you follow both of them in the chat, type did it. I just want to see that. So if you follow both of them, type in the chat, did it. Apple, did you find your information?
Yeah, USDA.gov.
USDA.gov. Okay. And what does
Yes.
it say? What does it say specifically?
So if you're working less than 80 hours per month, you could stay on snaps for as long as you want. If you're going over that threshold, you have a 36-month, like you said, 3 years. You have
So
snaps for 3 years.
So what it is, and this comes from the Center of Budget and Policy. It's reinforced by the Food and Research Action, and specifically from the USDA. And what it says here is the limit is 3 months of SNAP benefits within a 3-year period, unless you meet work requirements at least 20 hours per week or qualify for an exemption. These exemptions including being medically unfit to work, pregnant, or caring for children under the age of 14. Additionally, all households must be. Wait, so now is your actual point, because you were talking about like people that can work being able to work, right? But now is it your point that because the people that get the exemptions are the people who are unfit for work, people that are pregnant, and people who have kids under 14?
Those people, I agree, that should stay on snaps as long as they need it. I'm talking about people who can work that don't work. Those people, like you said, pregnant people, and then the other two you said that you mentioned, if they're on snaps for more than 3 years, then that's in my opinion, that is right. That should be how it is. I'm talking about people who can work, like for example, me, 25 years old, I'm able-bodied, I'm not disabled, I'm not handicapped, I'm able to work. I shouldn't be able to have snaps as long as I want. That's what my point was.
Again, what was the other qualifier? If you're not unfit to work, if you're not pregnant, or if you're not taking care of a child that's under 14 years of age or older, what's that requirement that allows you to stay on SNAP for more than three months?
If you work less than, like you said, I saw 80 hours per month. What? We mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Go ahead. I apologize. I thought you were saying something different. Go ahead.
No, so a fit, able-bodied person who's not disabled, handicapped, or taking care of a person under 14 or pregnant, if that person is working under, I saw 80 hours per month. You said 20 hours per week.
Which that's
we could go off either one. Oh,
it's 4 weeks in a month.
I didn't even do the math. Right. I didn't do the math in my head.
Yeah.
So that person who's able-bodied and is working less than that requirement is able to
No. You're misreading that. Listen to this. You have to at least work 20 hours per week. In order to stay on it, you have to work 20 hours per week. So you have to work at least the 80 hours or more. And that goes back to what you and I just talked about as far as like Walmart, when they don't actually pay their employees a livable wage. So it's not the people that's working less than 20 hours. It's the livable wage.
But I thought we're talking about the hours. Why are you talking about the wage? We're talking about the hours right now.
What do you understand what a livable wage is?
What, I understand that, but we're jumping the topic right now. We're talking about the hours required. So hear me out. We're talking about the hours required to be eligible for snaps, right?
Yes.
And what did you say? You said 20 hours per week, right?
Yes.
So the people that don't work, who are able-bodied and fit all the requirements, like when I say requirements, I mean not pregnant, not taking care of a child, and able-bodied, those people who aren't working 20 hours a week, they could stay on snaps as long as they want.
Sure. So and they can't. They can't.
What do you mean they can't?
They cannot. They cannot. You have to be working at least 20 hours a week in order to stay on SNAP. And the reason why I brought up a livable wage is because federal minimum wage, like we've already talked about, is $7.25. 80 hours times $7.25 is $580. Does that sound like a livable wage to you?
I'm sorry, I heard the last part. 500 and what?
80 hours at federal minimum wage, which is $7.25. Do you, and that's a total of $580. Do you think that you can live off $580 a month?
No, you can't.
That's why I said livable wage.
Right. And that goes back to our point. And I asked you, if you were making that wage, the minimum wage, what would you do?
It does not.
And you said
matter
get a
about what you
second job.
You saying what would I do does not negate.
Right. So that
we
means what you
literally-
think. What you think is right.
It does not negate the fact that we literally live in the richest country on earth, and while living in the richest country on earth, we have the largest wealth gap disparity, and Donald Trump signing the BBB it's the largest shift in wealth in United States history. Are you telling me that in the same country where you have Elon Musk, the person that's on track to be the first ever trillionaire, that we should have unhoused veterans walking around with no shoes on?
Right. So I understand what you're saying about the richest country in the world and people on minimum wage and the wage disparity. So let me ask you a question, and then I have a follow-up. How would you fix it?
I would like for you to
since we're the
address
richest
that question
country in
that
the
I just threw you first.
world? What was the
Do
question?
you think that
You
we
talked
should
about
live in a
Elon Musk.
country where the richest man on earth, who's set to be the first ever trillionaire, we live in a country where that person is here, but then also unhoused veterans walking around with no shoes on? Should both of those things exist in this country?
I wish like you said, I wish.
Not
homeless
wish. Do
veterans
you think
didn't
that it
exist.
should? Yes or no?
I don't think it should, but it's the
Okay.
reality. That's the reality of it.
See, but that's my point. We don't have to have those things.
So give me like I said, that I answered your question, and then my question I had answers what I was going to ask, and it's the same thing. How would you fix it?
Socialism.
Okay, so you want to just turn America into a socialist country. So if we were a socialist country,
I
then
absolutely.
Elon Musk wouldn't be rich. Then Elon Musk wouldn't be
fuck
rich.
Elon
That
Musk.
scenario wouldn't
I don't.
exist.
First of all, yes, you will still have rich people in a socialist society because you're not actually.
How?
What's socialism, bud?
This
What's
is another thing with
socialism?
socialism. Wealth gets distributed in
No, it
equal amounts, and no rights, no private property.
No.
Okay, so explain it to me.
No.
Maybe I misunderstood.
No.
Explain it to me.
Like you're jumping out the window with it. The biggest thing. I'm gonna keep it simple for you. I'm gonna keep it really simple for you. We should be investing in our social safety nets. We should be investing in our people. We should have improvement on SNAP benefits. At the very least, Medicaid for all. I would love universal health care. We should have free education. We should have availability to housing, all of these types of things. Because again, we live in a country that is the wealthiest country on earth. And if you want to say, where do we get the money? Cut the military budget in half. Did you know that if we cut our if we cut our military budget in half? Did you know if we cut our military budget in half, we would still have the largest military budget in the world?
And that's great. I think we should be.
Our military budget is about 1 trillion. Our military budget is reaching $1 trillion.
Keep it. Bring it higher. I want to be safe in my country. I don't want to worry about any bombings or terrorist attacks.
We have terrorist attacks all the time here in the U.S.
Right, and it's unfortunate that it happens, but I want it to be.
How is it unfortunate? What type of
What is
terrorist
unfortunate?
attacks do we have all the time?
Shootings, bombings.
We literally have domestic terrorists that literally unalive people at a massive rate. The terrorist group that we deal with are white nationalists.
Also, there's a lot of other. That was kind of like a shot at
overwhelmingly
white people.
white nationalists. Did you know that most mass shooters
What about Black
are
Panthers?
Black Panthers aren't a
Black
terrorist group.
Panthers.
The Black Panthers were created as a response to protect Black people. And the only reason that there was a problem with the Black Panthers is because they started exercising their Second Amendment right. Now, fun fact, while the Black Panthers, they tried to categorize them as a terrorist group, you know who has never been categorized as a terrorist group?
Who?
The Triple K.
Okay.
Did you know the Black Panthers are the ones that got started the idea of free lunches in school?
Okay.
Does that sound like a terrorist group to you?
Well, you said they exercised their Second Amendment right. What did they do when they exercised their Second Amendment right?
They carry weapons openly.
Did they shoot anybody?
Because no, they didn't. But as soon as people saw black people walking around exercising their right to the Second Amendment, that's when shit got crazy. When you saw black people arming themselves, that's when it became a problem. It wasn't a problem before black people started to do it, but as soon as black people started to do it, there's a problem.
Well, it was a different time when that happened. And
It's the
that's
same
when
time,
racism was even worse than it was.
It's the same time, bud. It's the same time. It's the same time. Donald Trump just today, his administration came out and said they are officially limiting the amount of refugees that can come from Africa, specifically Africa, to 750,000. And they said out of that 750,000, they are prioritizing white South Africans. They literally are saying that they want to keep the quote unquote culture of the nation as it is. Literally, they want a white country, but you're skipping all over. The point that I'm trying to make is
debate race with you. I'm not looking to debate race with you. We were talking about the defense and we kind of pivoted into this.
The point that I'm trying to make, because you said that you don't want to be attacked by terrorists. What I'm saying is, if that was the case, then you would actually support an actual Second Amendment restrictions on Second Amendment. You would support like red flag laws, safe storage, universal background check. You would be advocating for all of those if you really didn't want terrorism, because again, white cis men are the leaders when it comes to domestic terrorism within the U.S.
Okay, and black cis men are the leaders of domestic abuse and single children. I mean, I don't want to talk about race.
But that's not true. Sure, we don't have to talk about race, but let me go ahead and clean up some of your misconceptions. Yeah, 1350 isn't real, but the FBI has published new data, and fun fact, white men lead in every statistical category of violent crime in America now.
Okay. And there's so when I say this, this is not supposed to be hateful or racist. There's more white men. You got to go by per capita.
They are going by per capita. Literally,
no, they're not. You didn't say that originally. Now you're saying it.
No.
You didn't say that originally. You should have started with that.
Okay,
you should have started with that.
So I didn't say it. So I didn't say it. But it's per capita.
If it was, you would have said it. If it was,
what? No. But listen to me.
You would have said it.
Listen to me. Listen to me for a second. Listen to me. I'm not trying to get you in a gotcha. I'm literally not trying to get you in a gotcha. I'm telling you that the actual myth that you're trying to perpetuate from 1350, which is 1350, that black people make up 13% of the population and commit 50% of the crime. That's from a actual crime data table from the FBI from 2019. What I'm telling you is that same data that was used by the FBI has been updated. You can actually pull the data from the FBI, and white men lead in every single category. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Per capita?
I didn't say, yes, per capita, yes. Okay. I didn't mention that, but the point I wasn't trying to get across the per capita. The point that I'm trying to make is that white men lead in every category. Violent crime, not property crime, not property crime, violent crime.
You didn't say per capita.
I don't give a shit that I didn't say per capita.
It's a difference. It's a difference.
Sure, it is. Per capita, you're right. You're right. My bad. Per capita. Does that make you feel better? Does that change any of the feces in your tongue?
Now I just
sure. Go look it up. It's literally on the FBI. You can pull this from the FBI. They actually have the data table. You can, you know what's funny? This is my main page right here. This is my main page right here. Make sure you follow my main page. And when you get off this live, I want you to go look. There's a video that I made on my main page breaking down all of this, literally showing all the documents from the FBI, breaking down all the statistics. I even show the correlation as far as how most of the violent crime occurs in the home. Meaning proximity is a factor when it comes to violent crime.
Okay. Do you want to get back to what we were talking about before? I really wasn't trying to talk anything about race. You know what I mean? I understand we're talking about terrorism, and then you brought up white nationalists, and then
we got sidetracked. I was talking about terrorists.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna agree with you. White nationalists. I'm sure you're talking about Yahtzees and people who aren't
People that work in our
ethical
government.
white people.
People that work in our government,
Okay,
like
yeah,
Stephen
whatever
Miller.
you want to say.
No,
Whatever you want to
they're
say.
like Stephen Miller is absolutely a white nationalist.
Okay. Listen, I'm not going to agree or disagree with you, but I don't even remember what we were talking about. You said cut the defense budget.
Yes.
Right.
The big point that you're trying to make is that you don't think people should have access to SNAP benefits because you think that like you have a moral high ground or whatever.
No,
Give me a
I
second.
think that
I got a couple of people to thank if you don't mind. Like, give me just like 3 minutes.
No problem.
Debbie's in the chat for I think it's pronounced Sin, who sent a $2 donation saying, my dad is a proud business owner. He's a mechanic and he's also on ACA. With the cuts coming, the ACA, my dad is gonna unalive. He's working his ass off while he has cancer, and the only thing keeping him alive is his insurance. Treatment without that is $10K. That's wild. W's in the chat for Amber, who sent a $10 donation. Can you please talk about the number of service members on government assistance? They're supposed to get a second jobs. That's absolutely true. W's in the chat for Amber. W's in the chat for Moth of Beauty, who sent a $5 donation saying, clearly no one cares about we the people anymore. Exactly. That's weird. W's in the chat for Bree. Thank you for the 2, Bree. I read that. I'm glad that you put that in the front, but I really appreciate it. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Bree. W's in the chat for Joel for the $10 donation saying, I'm about to give to the food bank to help with SNAP cuts. But how sad is it that we have to rely on this instead of functioning society just so billionaires get richer? Exactly. W's in the chat for Joel, who sent another $5 donation saying the irony of the Christians not feeding the hungry. I missed the part where Jesus said, unless you're able to work. Apple, I have a question about that in just a moment. Like, I really need to know that in just like 2 seconds. W's in the chat for Joe, who sent a $5 donation saying the guest has made the assumption that people abuse welfare without facts. American has the smallest social welfare system in any developed nation. 39% of all SNAP benefit participants are children. He doesn't even know what he's mad at. Exactly. Debbie's in the chat for Mad, who sent a $10 donation saying it's an expulsion. It's the explanation to make millions or billions of dollars off people without providing them enough compensation to meet the basic needs. When we tax the rich to provide basic services to exploit the masses, it's just simply justice. Exactly. W's in the chat for Beth, who sent a $1.26 super chat. I'm sorry, donation saying this is so sad. I guess he isn't worried about the poorest of the poor scamming the system rather than the glutton and expulsion at the top. This is not a big issue. Yeah, it's a massive issue. It's a massive issue. I got a couple more, but I don't want to go too far. Really quick, just a question for you. Are you a Christian?
I was raised as one, and I went through like the confirmation and baptism and everything, but I don't pray. I don't go to church anymore.
But so, I mean, do you believe in God? Like you say you follow the word of Christianity?
No.
Okay, so what do you use as your moral compass then? Because you were originally talking about like morals. Then like what's your moral compass based in?
You mean like religion or just my
No,
moral
your
beliefs,
morality,
like,
period. Because when you first came on, you spoke on like morality, but everything
Right.
that you've talked about so far has shown that you actually don't have any type of morality. So I'm just wondering, like, where do you base your morality?
I'm confused. What do you mean base it? I mean, if this, I don't know if it's going to answer it, if this is a good enough answer, but
what's your compass? What's your North Star? Like what makes you say this is right and this is wrong? So your family.
Yeah.
Do your family believe in like helping the less or the needy?
Well, my father is very faithful. He's Christian and he donates to the church whenever he goes. And, this is just an example, but whenever we're out and, there's a homeless person, like we live in New York City, and if there's a homeless person, he always gives $5 to the person. And I usually do the same thing.
So if you have empathy for people that are unhoused, why wouldn't you have empathy for people that are literally trying to make it and they can't because of the way the structure of our society is set?
when you say structure of society, what do you mean by that? Because that's like a loaded question right there. Because if you're just saying people who get these or need these benefits that, need them, I'm with you on that. I'm talking about the people that don't need them and are on them. I just think we were
Who are
talking
these
about
people that don't need them that are on them? That's like the thing. Hey, if there was actual waste, fraud, and abuse, what did you think
I'm going
about
to answer
this?
the question. Hold on, let me answer. I'm going to answer that question because I don't want to lose my train of thought.
Okay.
What did you say again? You said people. What did I mean by people who are on them that
People
what
that
did
are
you
on
say
them
that don't
that get
have
them, but they don't need them.
right? So this is where I'm going to bring up what you said because I agreed with what you said. The people that don't try to get a second job, the people that don't try to move up in the company, the people that don't try to look for other employment opportunities, those people, the people that just want to take the back seat, ride out the minimum wage and sit back and get the minimal everything and be okay with it. And you want those people, since we're the richest country in the world, you want those people to get what I don't even know. I didn't ask you, but I'm sure you want them to benefit from something because you keep bringing up why do we have people in this situation when we're the richest country in the world? I don't understand. What do you want to do? You want to start paying them extra money per month? Like, how do you want it to work? You want them to stay on their ass. But at the same time, you mentioned that if it was you, which is what you believe, you would try to move up in the company, get a second job. And I'm sure you agree with what I said, look for other employment opportunities, but you probably won't say it because it's agreeing with me. But I agree with you on that. Those are the people that I don't have sympathy for. The veterans on the street that, have had an injury and they don't get health care. I don't even know the snare, but those people I have sympathy for. The people who have lost their family and they have nothing left, I have sympathy for them. But at the same time, what I would do is try to build myself out of that hole. Everyone has an opportunity to do it. I just don't believe in giving out handouts for people who aren't willing to, advance themselves in a capitalist society. I hope that's a fair enough answer.
No, it's not.
I mean, it is. It's the right answer, and
it's not.
It's a moral answer.
It's not. It's
why
really
is it?
not.
Why
It's
is
really
it?
not because
But
you're
but
standing.
it
You're
agrees
hold
with
on.
what
I
you
sat there
said.
quietly and let you get on your soapbox.
You're right. I apologize. You're right.
The point that I'm trying to make is your false morality does not equate to what people are or are not doing just because you think that someone is sitting on their ass and not doing it or not
it's
wanting
not,
it. Or I sat there quietly
Not,
and
I
let
think.
you go.
But you're putting this stamp on what I said. You're putting
Okay,
a
so
stamp
can
that's
you
false.
prove?
That's
Can
not
you
what I
prove?
said.
Can you prove that there are people actively on SNAP benefits who don't want to get a better job or don't want to progress in their company? Can
Yes.
you prove that?
Yes.
Sure. How?
Yes, I
How?
know a ton of people who have relatives that do it. I live in Brooklyn.
Anecdotal evidence is not proof. Give me an
Okay,
actual
well,
factual source.
Okay. So I'll prove it to you. Can you prove it to me that there's nobody doing that?
You made the claim. I don't
Okay,
have to
but you're making
prove
the
a
opposite
claim. I don't know. I'm not making an opposite claim. I'm sitting here saying for you to actually sit here and make that claim is a wild claim if you don't have any type of evidence to back it up.
All right, so I'll tell you this. I don't have the evidence. So do you agree that there's nobody doing that?
No, I
Okay,
don't
so
agree
you
that. Hold
got
on.
the same point as me, bro.
No, we don't.
What
No, we
you
don't.
saying?
Listen to me. Listen to me.
You just said that there are
Listen,
people
hey,
doing it.
Apple, listen to me. Just because there's a possibility that some people are exploiting the system does not mean that everyone that falls in that group are all the same. The point that I'm trying to make, the point that I'm trying to make is you are sitting here saying there's people that don't want jobs or don't want better jobs or don't want, and they shouldn't get. Just because you can't get a better job or just because you can't get a second job does not mean that you should not have access to SNAP benefits. You are sitting here talking about the internal desires of the person. I can't gauge the internal desires of a person. That's the problem.
Neither can I.
But you're trying to. Like, literally, that's what you just did.
Okay, so you want to know why I'm right? Because
You're
you just
wrong.
agree with me. You just agreed with me that there are people doing it.
I said that
Those are
I'm
the
sure.
people-
You know why? You know why? Because I'm not an absolute. I can't. I don't sit here
I
and
agree.
say I don't sit here and say things in absolute. So I would never sit here and say there are no people for sure. And I would never sit here and say there are people for sure, because I'm not an absolute. Like,
exactly.
I don't believe in that.
And
but the point being, the point being is that the system is set up in order for people to qualify for it. And if they meet the qualifications, then they get it. Now, whether they decide that they want to do more or they don't want to do more, I don't give a shit, because they meet the qualifications. So if you meet the qualifications, I don't care what you do after you meet the qualifications.
Okay. And I
also, how many? What percentage of SNAP benefits? What percentage of SNAP beneficiaries have children?
I don't know. Why?
62%.
Listen, we agreed.
62%.
We agreed. We agreed morally what we would do. We agreed morally what we would do. Yes, we do. You just said before that you would get a second job or try to advance yourself. We agreed.
Because hold on, Apple. Just because I'm saying that I would do that does not mean that I expect everyone to do that.
No, okay. But that's the thing. We agree on the same thing. I would do the same thing you would do. So that's why I don't have sympathy for those people. And
right, because you don't have a moral compass.
Why wouldn't? No, I do have a moral compass.
You don't.
I told you.
You literally don't.
My moral compass.
Your moral compass is your family, and your family obviously have led you down the wrong path. What I'm saying, the reason why we don't agree, the reason why we don't agree. The reason why we don't agree is because while we would do the same thing in that situation, I know for a fact that everyone can't do what I do. Like, I know that. I don't expect everyone to be able to do what I do, because this is not actually the land of opportunity. There's no there's no equality or equity in this country.
What did you just say? You just said that people can't do what you do.
Not everyone can do what I do. No.
Exactly. That's my whole point. The people that can't do it, I have sympathy for them. I have my moral compasses for them. They can't do it. I'm talking about the people that can do it. That's
okay, cool. Point. Maybe this is the symmetry breaker. When I say can't do, I'm not talking about there's physically something that they can't do. That's not the point that I'm making. That's not the point that I'm making. There are different factors that cause people to not be able to do those things. Economic factors, social factors, educational factors. There's multiple things that keep people from being able to do that.
Right. Those people that can't do it. I agree with you. They deserve.
How do you gauge who can or who can't? How do you gauge that?
Like you said, social factors, economic factors, disability, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If it, I'm just gonna sound like a 12-year-old says, but if it makes sense why they can't do it, then I'm with it. I agree.
So who's the arbiter of sense? That's my point. Like, listen, the point that you're trying to do is create this imaginary line in the sand based off of what you think. But the point that I'm making, the point that I'm making is, if you qualify for benefits, I don't give a shit how you use said benefits. I don't care if you never actually progress to anything else because you qualify for it. That we literally have mechanisms in place to ensure that people are qualified for it. And if they're not qualified for it, then they get kicked off those benefits. But I don't care because people should all have access to those benefits.
Listen, I don't want to, I have to go, but listen, I'm just going to tell you straight up. That was a good conversation. And I liked talking to you, and I liked listening to your view. And I hope we can have a mutual respect.
Yeah, this is the one thing that I'll say. Maybe just look outside of yourself, right? I mean, like that's the point that I've been trying to drive home this entire time. Like, just because there are certain people that are able to, you literally just said here that you're a young man and you're doing well for yourself. And while I applaud you for being a young man that's doing well for yourself, other people are hurting, and caring about other people is the most important thing. I promise you, when you get a little bit older, you'll understand that. But like, seeing other people do well is so important. And we live in a society. Right. So just because we're doing well and other people aren't doing well, like that doesn't mean that things are going to be good. And right. Literally, just because it's not you today does not mean it's not you tomorrow.
Right. I listen, I'm going to take that word of advice, and, you know, like I said, it's mutual respect, and I'll take anybody's advice, and I'm going to listen to what you said. And, you know, I'm, like you said, when I get older, I'm going to start realizing different things. I'm 25. You know, I'm going to move on. And like I said, it's mutual respect. I hope you feel the same way.
Yeah. I mean, I just, again, if you're in a position to help others, just help others. That's it. Like, that's my point. Like, don't judge people for not having.
I'm personally not in that situation. I'm in that step in my life where I'm taking the next step with my girlfriend.
If you have $450,000 as far as net worth, you're definitely in a position to help others.
Well, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm proposing to my girlfriend soon, where I gotta get a ring, I gotta pay for a wedding, I gotta pay for a house. You know, a kid's coming soon. I need, listen, like I said, do you give mutual respect? Is that fair enough? I know we have our differences and opinions, but, you know, that doesn't tell me that you're a bad person or a bad guy.
Yeah, I just wish more people cared about other people. But anyway, I appreciate you coming up.
Is it mutual respect?
I appreciate you coming up. I hope you have a good day.
All right. All right. Last thing before I say it.
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates, guys. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. If you're in the box right now and you're a friendly, you know, you're someone that wanted to come up and you're going to talk to them, please drop out, because I'm about to start pulling. There's a lot of people here, and I am only looking for a debate. That was frustrating. Not gonna lie, that was really frustrating. Ricardo, are you a Trump supporter? Ricardo, are you a Trump supporter? Are you there? Okay, I'm gonna drop you down. Go Caving, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Can you give me like just a couple of minutes? I got a couple of thank yous I need to read.
Yeah.
For this. Okay. W's in the chat for Samantha. Samantha, thank you so much for the 15. Don't like our taxes. Yeah, no, for some reason they think that it's okay to pay our tax money to other countries, but don't necessarily take care of people in our country. W's in the chat for Jalen for the 5. Thank you so much for the 5. Yeah, no, that was definitely privilege. It was definitely privilege, and it was judgmental. You're absolutely right. W's in the chat for Yolanda. Yolanda sent a $20 donation saying, just for support, love your work. Yolanda, thank you so much for the $20. You're amazing. W's in the chat for Diamond. Diamond sent a $5 donation saying, white people live such a different life and a different reality. Not gonna hold you. That's true. W's in the chat for Brett. What up, Brett? Sent a dollar saying 1% and 1.6% snap trafficking total. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Brett. W's in chat for Bailey for the 10, saying, guess example of propaganda in action. Sad, yes. W's in the chat for Joe for the 6. The average SNAP beneficiary gets $188 a month, which is $6 a day. Nobody's living off of that. No, you're absolutely right. W's in the chat for Feisty, who sent a $25 donation with some feisty love. I appreciate you so much, Feisty. W's in the chat for Kelsey for the $3 donation. They already started putting anti-theft locks on boxes and meat down in Mobile, Alabama. It's about to be much worse. Yeah, that's fucking wild. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Jerry, are you a Trump supporter? Jerry, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh no, I'm sorry, Santana. I didn't mean to get on there.
No worries. I'm gonna drop you down. Guys, look at the bottom of your screen. If you see a little pink and blue person, you're good. You're good. If you see pink and blue, you're good. But if you see gray, that means you're in the request. And if you're in the request, that means you're here to debate. So make sure that if you see the actual gray person, that you're here to debate. W's in the chat for Amanda for the 5. You tell the guy working multiple jobs, you're too busy raising for kids. Yeah, that's absolutely wild. Demir, is that how you say it? Demar?
No, it's just DMRRR.
Okay, what can I call you? Also,
You just call me Dan.
Dan, are you a Trump supporter?
Yep.
Can you swipe out for a second and swipe back in? You have an echo. Just like swipe up like you're looking at like a text message and just come right back.
All right. Hold on one second.
W's in the chat for Mora for the $2 donation. And the United States has been tricked into thinking that making money equates morality. Yes, they have. W's in the chat for Beth for the 2, who said needing a second job to get by is the most unhinged capitalist end time BS. No one should need 2 jobs to live. Exactly. There's a couple more thank yous I have to read off, but I want to read off some of these super chats. Dan, just come off mute whenever you're ready. W's in the chat for Joel for the $5 super chat. Joel says, oh no, I already read that.
Can you hear me?
You still have an echo. Are you connected to like Bluetooth?
No, I'm not connected to Bluetooth, but let me check. Let me just make sure it didn't connect on me when I...
Okay. W's in the chat for Joel for the $2 super chat to say, just say... I'm going to mute you, okay? Just say you don't care about feeding the kids. Exactly. W's in the chat for Debate Talks, who sent a $10 super chat to say, thank you for being so inspirational. You and the others convinced me to join the conversation and fight for a better future. I hope someday to get to sit down and talk with you about how we fix things. I would love that. W's in the chat for It's Ty for the $4.99 super chat to say, he's saying that, but military members get bare minimum trust. Guys actually realizing in November everyone on SNAP benefit loses their benefits. He's getting stuck on the BBB. Absolutely. Dan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, the echo's gone. Dan, you said you are a Trump supporter.
Yes.
Okay, Dan, prove to me that you care.
Well, prove to you how that I care. The fact that the fact that I go work at a food bank, the fact that I'm a minister in my church, the fact that I do all that stuff to help people on a regular basis.
Okay.
So
it sounds good on the surface. Let's stress test that. So if you are someone that cares about people and you work at a food bank and you donate and you do all this, why did you vote for Donald Trump and why do you support him today?
For many reasons. One, because of the fact that you have to look at things, and this is the problem with people today, is our society is either too far left or too far right. They either want everything given to them and everything is okay, or they want everything to be, elitist. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. And first of all, the main reason I supported Donald Trump was because of the fact that we have too many people coming into this country trying to change our identity as a country.
Gotcha.
And when I say that, and don't think you're speaking to someone white, because I'm a minority.
I don't care about that. Keep going.
No, but I'm just just to clarify that. But
I don't care. I don't care about none of that. Keep going.
So, just like what's happening in Minneapolis with the Somalian mayor, or what's happening with so many different aspects of this country. Yeah, there is. You need to look into that because
I know what you're talking about. There's nothing going on.
Looking in myself.
There's nothing going on there. Representation does not mean that they're actually changing. Just because there are some actual laws that are being passed does not mean that the laws are excluding people. Anyway, keep going.
Well, it's not just the laws. It's the fact that, did you realize how much money that mayor has been sending back to his own country from
I don't care about
Minneapolis?
people sending money back to their country.
Did he-
Like I don't care about that. Donald Trump, you
So
can't
why
care
is
about
he
that.
sending
Donald Trump just
taxpayer
gave
money to Somalia?
Donald Trump just sent $40 billion of taxpayer money to Argentina. Don't be a hypocrite.
To Argentina. Argentina.
Don't be a hypocrite.
No, and I don't agree with that. And I don't agree with that. That's not a hypocrite. But the fact is that when you're sitting there and you're saying that they're not coming in and changing things, they are. But anyway, needless to say,
What really
You
quick
have-
question. You said you're a minority. How are you a minority?
oh, now you care. I'm Hispanic.
No, I just okay, so you're Hispanic. Okay,
Now-
cool.
now
Are
you
you
care,
white or
but
black?
I'm a Hispanic.
No, I still don't care. Are you white or black?
No, I'm not. I'm neither. I'm brown.
You are. Phenotypically speaking. Is your skin darker or is it
I'm
lighter?
not black and I'm not white.
You literally
middle.
are. Hispanic is not a race, bud.
I just said I'm brown. Did you not hear? I said I'm in the
Are
middle.
you so you're
I'm
my
not black, I'm
complexion?
not white.
Do you look similar to my complexion?
Yes, I look.
Then you're black.
Most people think that I'm from the middle.
Then you're black.
No.
You're black.
No.
I don't
No,
care.
I'm not black.
Listen, I don't care nothing about you. I know black eye Dominican. I don't care about that. I don't care about none of that. Literally, you're black. You're
Okay,
literally black.
I'm not black. No, I'm not. I'm Hispanic.
Turn on your camera, bud. Oh, you don't have camera access, of course. Do you have any pictures on your profile?
Huh?
Of course not.
No,
This is a
on my
burner.
profile.
This is a burner. Yeah,
It's not a
you're
burner.
literally if you're
No,
saying that you look my complexion, you're black. You do understand that there are white Latinos and black
people think-
Latinos.
Listen, I'm Puerto Rican, and we come as white as they come, as black as they come, and everything in between.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean we're all black.
But what is race?
Just because someone has
What is
color.
race?
See, that's the problem.
What is race?
People, no, listen.
What is race?
You want to sit there? No, don't cut people off when they're talking. If you want to hear
What
the
is
answer.
race?
Race is what you are. Your blood. If I'm Hispanic,
That's
people
not
think
race.
that I'm Arabic. People think I'm Arabic, not black. They don't mistake me for being black.
That's not race, bud. That's not race. That's literally not race. Based off of the actual racial categories. Race is a social construct based on phenotypical characteristics. Race was created to uphold racism. Racism is a societal process that was used to justify chattel slavery, and it is something that persists in society today. Based off of your phenotypical characteristics, if you being, Hispanic, you can be someone that can pass as white, you can be someone that passes as black, and if you're saying that you're my shade, then you're black, bud. That's the point that I'm making. I digress. Who's coming into the country? You're not equipped for that conversation. I don't care what you're saying. Who's coming into the country, changing the culture of the country? Be specific.
There's plenty of people.
Be specific.
You have Muslims. You have all different kind of people.
How are Muslims changing the actual culture of the country?
So you're telling me that in Michigan they're not trying to pass, these laws that are Muslim laws for in these areas for the people.
Just because you pass laws that represent the majority of the people that live in the area does not mean that you're changing the quote unquote country. I already know what you're trying to say.
If you allow me to come and stay with you in your house because I'm not doing good, and then I start moving around your furniture, I start throwing out pictures, I start changing everything, what are you going to do? You're not going to allow me to stay there anymore, but by then it's too late.
That's not. I don't know what happened. W's in the chat for Joe for the $2 donation. Say, okay, let's take $3,000 from the 10 imaginary people he thinks are abusing the system and put it towards Trump new ballroom. Exactly. W's in the chat for Shannon for the $10 donation saying, thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate that. And I didn't read it out loud. You're amazing. W's in the chat for Jacob for the $5 donation. Yes, the government has absolutely failed in multiple ways, including house income, all of that, Jacob. W's in the chat for you. W's in the chat for Ali for the $1 donation saying he needs to judge if they need it or not. Exactly. Why do they think that they need to be like the judge of who needs what? W's in the chat for Ellie for the $5 donation. Q for Mr. 4K. Yeah, no, that's exactly what we're saying. Like, who is he to actually determine who is in need, who's not? W's in the chat for a bunch of other people. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates, guys. If you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Give me a second here, guys. We're getting some people up. It looks like we're still moving through the box. There were a couple of people that were here that maybe they lost the attention span. Let's pull it here. There we go.
Faggot, nigger, faggot, bitch.
You waited that long to do that? That's the best you have. Hey, and then you ran. Fucking weirdo. Weirdo cornball. Fucking weirdo cornball. Shizlo, are you a Trump supporter?
Yo, somewhat. I don't support everything he does, but I support a few things.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did. I thought he would be the better candidate out of the two.
Okay. And knowing what you know today, if you had to go back and vote for either Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you vote for?
It's hard to say because who knows, things
You had
could
to
be
pick
a lot
one
worse.
of the two today.
I would probably still pick Trump because things could still be a lot worse under Kamala.
Okay, that's interesting. Really quick, I'm sorry, just a couple of thank yous that I need to read off. W's in the chat for Debate Docs, who sent a $5 super chat to say, if donating to the church fixes the issue, why would we have no unhoused or hungry? Churches receive over 160 billion in donation. Where did it all go? Exactly. W's in the chat for Catherine that became a member over on the YouTubes. W's in the chat for Heather for the $10 super chat. Does the caller think Republican congressional people should be paid while not working? They shouldn't. W's in the chat for Feisty for the $10 super chat to say, I look normal, but I have MS and autism. I'm losing everything, MFer. Exactly. Like they don't get it. W's in the chat for Shannon for becoming becoming a member for 2 months, saying, I just wanted to say I love y'all in this community. That's fucking awesome. We love you too, Shannon. W's in the chat for Fluffy for the $5 super chat to say, my husband and I both work two full-time jobs and two full-time jobs. I'm horrified. Me teaching and law, we're absolutely drowning. And do we need each other to get a third job to survive? That must be what it is. And W's in chat for Bless for the $10 super chat to say, get yourself some more snacks. I need it. All right, Shizlo, prove to me that you care about any of the things that Trump supporters swear that they care about.
Well, I didn't necessarily come here to prove to you about anything. I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. Didn't really want to have a one-on-one debate. I just wanted to kind of get your side of things and wanted to ask you a few questions and see what you thought.
I'll give you two.
Okay. So would you change your mind if, let's say, November 1st hits, SNAP goes away, but a Republican comes in and actually funds the program himself?
No.
Like someone like Elon Musk comes in and says, hey, we'll still give you guys money. It's just not going to be SNAP to save the American economy.
Why would I change my mind? Why do we need an individual to come in and save a social safety net that we pay our taxes into? That doesn't make sense.
Because we're going to save, we're going to fish out a lot of the waste that's going on right now. A lot of people.
Can you identify any of the waste?
Yeah, there's a lot of people on the program. I mean, I have friends, family members.
You have anecdotal evidence. Like I told the other guy, do you have any actual proof, any verifiable evidence that we can look up and actually see? Hey, you mentioned Elon. You remember Doge?
Yeah.
You remember they said they found all this waste, fraud, and abuse?
Yep.
How many people went to jail because of that?
I didn't look up how many people went to jail.
No one. No one. When's the last time you seen somebody engaging in fraud and there were no charges, no jail time, no nothing? Like
Hunter Biden?
Nice try. Nice try. When's the last time you saw someone engage in fraud and not go to jail, not get like probation, like nothing? If they found millions and billions of dollars of waste, fraud, and abuse, why was no one charged?
You mean like Nancy Pelosi with her inside trading?
Sure, that's fine.
I mean, so why
You
wouldn't you
keep trying to
support it?
pivot, and I'm not going to give that. I'm not
I'm not
giving you the
trying to
pivot. Can
I'm
you
still,
just
I'm
answer
still
the
talking
question?
about the same topic. I'm
Yeah,
just
sure.
wondering
Can you
why.
answer the question?
What's the question?
When is the last time you've seen someone engaging in fraud, legal fraud, and there were no charges brought against them?
I named two.
Who?
Nancy Pelosi,
How is Nancy Pelosi engaging in fraud?
insider trading.
If Nancy Pelosi was found out to be engaging in insider trading, she would go to jail. People that engage in insider trading go to jail. I know you want to try to use Nancy Pelosi as a boogeyman, but that's not the case. So the answer to your question is, if there were millions and billions of dollars of fraud, then there would be people going to jail, or at the very least charged. There's no one going to jail or being charged because that wasn't an actual thing.
Okay, but can you answer my question? So why wouldn't you support it if if our government's gonna save millions, billions of dollars to cut these programs off and restart it by an individual supporting these benefits to American people?
Because I don't give a shit about an individual, and also our tax dollars pay for this. I don't understand why you would even like want that, because one, like, who's to say that at a snap or at a heartbeat, Elon would just say, you know what, I don't want to do that anymore. But like, literally, we have paid our tax dollars into this system for this very reason. That doesn't make sense.
To save our country from the debt that we're in. It's kind of like a
shit
reset.
about debt.
I think some things need to have.
You don't give a shit about
reset.
debt.
Yeah, I do actually.
How much debt has Donald Trump added to our national debt?
Our country's trillions in debt.
How much has Donald Trump added?
We've added, but we've been pretty conservative.
How much has been added under Donald Trump?
We've added, but we need that as a leverage.
How much has been added under Donald Trump?
A lot, sure, but we haven't spent
about 12 trillion.
But how much have we spent?
A shit ton. You
Okay,
guys you don't care about the debt. It's a talking point. It's literally a talking point.
What have we spent?
Literally a talking point.
Okay, what have we spent it on?
Tax cuts for billionaires.
We spent money on tax cuts.
The TCJA added over $4 trillion, and then the extension has done the same with the big, beautiful bill. Literally tax cuts for billionaires.
How does tax cuts add to the deficit?
Because when you actually take away or when you install tax cuts, then you have to offset that by paying for it in another way. And so the actual cost of the taxes have been linked to different economic factors that drive up the total debt. You can go look it up, look at the impacts from the TCJA, and then look at the proposed impacts from or not even proposed now. I don't even think it's proposed anymore. They've literally said that. 1 second.
So you understand what these tax cuts are keeping these corporations in America, right? Without these tax cuts, these corporations would leave America and go to a country that actually
they literally wouldn't. If these corporations wanted to leave, if they wanted to leave the U.S., they already would have left.
Yeah, and we've seen it. They've left under Biden administration, and we're trying to bring them back.
More companies left under Donald Trump than under Biden. Literally, Did you know that under Joseph Robinette Biden, manufacturing was there was an increase to manufacturing within the U.S. Literally, Joseph Robinette Biden created manufacturing jobs. The thing that Donald Trump said he wanted to do, but he is absolutely not done.
Maybe the low-income manufacturing jobs. What manufacturing plant?
It doesn't matter. What do you mean lower income? What manufacturing job do you think is going to be like high-end manufacturing jobs? Are you talking about like AI?
So I'm not specifically talking.
Are you talking about AI?
Sure. I mean, yeah, we brought in more AI.
We don't have the actual training for people for AI. Literally, we don't have. We haven't invested in the science, STEMs, or math in order to get people jobs in dealing with AI. Also, manufacturing, Like, you do understand that a lot of those quote unquote manufacturing jobs are blue collar jobs, and you guys are advocating for it. So for you to sit here and say, oh, lower income manufacturing job, yeah, that's what they're advocating for. Like, they're advocating for, Donald Trump is advocating to for coal mills and shit.
Okay, dude. Sure.
What are you laughing about? He's literally said that he wants to bring coal back.
Okay. So
No, he said that.
Did he? Show me. That he wants to bring coal back?
You've never heard Donald Trump say that.
That he wants to bring coal back to the United States?
Yes, he keeps calling it beautiful coal. He said clean coal. Like, that's his thing. He said that we're bringing coal back.
Okay.
You literally just sat here and took a shot at the manufacturing jobs that Joe Biden was bringing into the U.S. when you said they were low-end manufacturing jobs, but literally Donald Trump is advocating for those same types of jobs.
Yeah, so under the Trump administration, we brought in more AI manufacturing. Apple has invested more.
No, we haven't. I want you to actually engage with what I just said. Apple has invested more in America than they ever have.
I
don't give a shit about your pivot.
I know you don't give a shit.
I want you to engage with what I'm saying. I refuse to let you just twist and turn.
I'm not
literally. I told you.
You're actually the one
I told you that more manufacturing jobs came in under Joseph Robinette Biden. You made the comment that, oh, it was probably low-end jobs. And then I told you that Donald Trump was advocating for those exact same jobs. Now, where's the symmetry breaker?
I don't see where he's advocating for those exact same jobs.
He said that he wanted to bring in clean coal. I gave you the specific example. Why are you running from what I'm saying? I will let you pivot as long as you engage with what I just said.
Okay, so what coal manufacturing has came back into America?
It hasn't.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. But what I want you to address is the fact that Donald Trump was saying that he wanted to do something that Joe Biden, you claim Joe Biden did. So that can't be a bad thing, right? Because you support Trump. You said that Trump is going to bring those manufacturing jobs back.
So another thing I think he's going to do is he's going to distribute manufacturing with these tariffs that he's implementing. Yeah,
that it doesn't work that way, and I don't like. You guys are such hypocrites. Why would tariffs? How can tariffs actually bring back manufacturing?
I'm not saying it's going to bring it back. I said it's going to distribute manufacturing globally, so we're not so reliant on.
Under what premise? Did you know since China started the trade war? I'm sorry, since Donald Trump started the trade war with China, China has made massive gains across the country. I'm sorry, across the world.
I'm sorry, I had a phone call. What was that?
Did you know since Donald Trump started his trade war with China, China has made massive gains across the world with other countries and brand new trade deals out the ass.
So
literally China was actually trading with the United States to buy soybeans, and they stopped trading with the United States to buy soybeans stopped buying soybeans from us and started buying them from Argentina. And then Donald Trump gave Argentina $40 billion.
Okay, you're talking about one specific industry. Soybeans.
No, I'm talking about multiple industries, bud. Did you know that Canada and Mexico, which are our two largest trade partners, have now started working on a waterway that completely cuts the United States out of any type of trade effort? So they literally don't have to go through the United States anymore. They can just trade directly with each other instead of having the United States involved.
Well, that's crazy, because actually in August of this year, the president of Mexico advocated that she wants to do more business with America.
Yeah, that's a nice talking point. Donald Trump is a bad businessman. He doesn't know tariffs. And so therefore, we've lost on multiple outlets of business. Canada just signed a new deal for more trades with China, like literally just signed a new deal with China. Our biggest partners are no longer trading with us. They're trading with China.
Okay, why are they going to want to trade with China when a lot of these companies are exiting China to bypass these tariffs? A lot of these other countries are going to be utilizing
one company. Name one company. No. Name one company that exited China to bypass the tariffs.
I Okay, sure. Let me pull it up.
Sure. Go ahead and do that. While you do that, I'm going to thank a couple of people. W's in the chat for Marie for the $3.40 YouTube super chat to say, my students are trying to get more hours to help their families. Country where over 20% are on SNAP. They can't afford, they can't because of school and adults being full-time. Jobs are limited in small towns. People don't care and they can go fuck themselves. Period. W's in the chat for Grace for the $5 donation to say, today is my Nana's birthday. She hated Trump and I would have loved for you to do this for her. Absolutely. What's your Nana's name? I wish reply to the message and just tell me her name. I would love to give her a shout out. Like, absolutely. W's in the chat for you and your Nana. W's in the chat for Whitney for the $9.99 YouTube super chat to say, thank you, Santana, for everything that you do. We appreciate it. I appreciate you more. And I appreciate you for becoming a member. Debbie's in the chat for it's Ty for the $1.99 super chat to say, but Trump letting Qatar build a base here. Exactly. Debbie's in the chat for Noel for the $5 super chat. I tried to return, but I tried to return, but Trump stopped me at customs. Jesus. Yes, that's true. Debbie's in the chat for Wabi, who sent a $20 super chat. Holy shit. It feels like grade school class in which one of the children misbehaves, so the whole class is in here punishment. This is not how you run a country. It is not. Did you find that source?
Yeah, so there's multiple companies actually who are actually shifting production over from China. This is directly just specifically from China to Mexico. Nike, Adidas, Dell.
Wait, hold on. I don't want you to steamroll. Hey.
Hold on, let me speak, dude.
No, you're steamrolling.
So they're all
you're steamrolling.
shipping production from China to Mexico.
You're steamrolling.
Why are you against giving Mexico a fair share?
You're literally you're steamrolling, and that has nothing to do with the U.S. because one, it doesn't benefit the U.S. because again,
it does.
It's not them leaving China to come to the U.S., which is the point. And they're also the United States does not have a good placing trade deal with Mexico because Donald Trump got rid of the U.S. and not got rid of, but he screwed them over on the USMCA. Now, can you please?
Well, let me tell you.
Wait, hold on. You can't bypass the tariffs if you go to a different country. Literally, Donald Trump, you can't buy. What are you even talking about? That doesn't even make sense. The way that you bypass the tariff is you come to the U.S. because other countries still have tariffs on them. So now I need you to go get me. No, I need you to go get me a company that left China and came to the U.S. to bypass the tariffs. That's what
I just gave you 3.
No, you gave me companies that left China and went to Mexico.
Yeah,
they're not bypassing the tariffs. They're just shifting one tariff for another tariff.
Yeah,
go get me a
consumer country. We're not a manufacturing country.
Exactly. I've been saying that, but I don't give a damn about that right now because now I want you to either prove me wrong or concede that you're wrong. Go find one company that has bypassed the tariffs by leaving China and coming to the U.S.
Apple.
Go. Apple didn't. Apple literally has their production.
Yes, they are. They just spent $1 trillion in the USA economy.
No, you're fucking lying. Show me where Apple removed their manufacturing from China.
But that's not my point. I said we need to distribute manufacturing.
I don't give a shit about that. You just said no. Now you're lying.
What do you want me to
if you're going, no, you're lying. I need you to actually do what you said.
You
said no. I know. You said these companies are leaving China to bypass the tariffs. The only way they can actually bypass the tariffs is if they come into the U.S. And then you said Apple is leaving China and coming to the U.S. I need you to go get me information saying that saying that Apple is removing their manufacturing from China to the U.S. Go.
Yeah. Why? So they're not.
No, that's not a go. Go get that information. I don't want to hear you yap about something that you don't have.
You lost. You're not going to let me talk.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about that. Go get the information to verify what you just said.
I don't need to grab any information.
I need you. Okay. Then you need to admit that you're lying.
That you're wrong.
No, you're literally wrong. You're literally wrong.
That's why you're muted.
Shizlo, I'm not going to play these games with you. Like be an adult. Be an adult. I will let you speak, but I need you to either go get that information or admit that you don't have that information and you're wrong. I don't care which one, but I'm not going to let you pivot, and I'm not going to let you actually just make shit up.
Come here to be your teacher.
Yeah.
I didn't come here to do research for you.
You came here to actually demonstrate what you know, and you know shit. You know fuck all. You know nothing. Also, Apple has already had certain parts of manufacturing in the US, like their screens. They have not moved their actual basic principles of their manufacturing from China to the US. And this investment that you said that they were making in the US, they did the same thing under the Biden administration. I don't give a shit about your false pretenses. I don't give a shit about your false equivocation. You're not going to get up here and lie. I really don't care. You're not going to get up here and lie. W's in the chat for Grace. Grace sent a $1 donation saying, oh, Cheryl, happy birthday, Cheryl. Happy birthday. Happy heavenly birthday, Cheryl. Joe, are you a Trump supporter? Joe, are you a Trump supporter? $1 donation saying, oh, Cheryl, happy birthday, Cheryl. Echoes. Wow. Guys, hey, look, this is the backup account. Make sure you're following the backup account. Look up at the top. If you see the word follow, hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. This is the backup account. This is the main account. We're going to be doing more. I'm bouncing back and forth to actually do debates on both. So make sure you're following both accounts.
Liver is elevated.
Old man, are you a Trump supporter?
And I said, your liver is elevated on your blood.
Old man?
Your daughter talked about it, right?
I don't think old man meant to request up. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. And holy shit, guys, massive W's in the chat for Eric. Eric's in a $50 donation. And Eric didn't say anything. Eric just sent love. Eric, thank you so much. You're fucking awesome. You're so fucking awesome. Thank you so much, Eric. Let's see here. I think they're going to load. Or I think they're not going to load. Just spending. W's in the chat for Justin for the $1 donation saying guess is insufferable. They're all insufferable. W's in the chat for Phil. He's correct. Apple is moving out of China, but wait, to India. Ha 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 ha. Exactly. Like that's the only way that you can actually bypass. The only way you can bypass is if you come to the US. W's in the chat for Debate Docs, who sent a $20 super chat to say AI is not the answer we think it is. If AI replaces millions of jobs, where do people get money from? The money would go to a handful of AI companies, and we would see the biggest hoarding of wealth we've ever seen. Like literally, that's the direction we're heading. Oh, you did load. Miranda, are you a Trump supporter? Miranda, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm sorry. Nope, I'm sorry. I hit it by mistake.
No worries. I'll drop you down. W's in the chat for Rad Storm, who sent a $5 super chat to say, caller, you're such an idiot about AI. I've been in AI tutor for years, constantly fact checking. AI is both smarter and today needs oversight. I do agree. Like AI absolutely needs oversight. Like not even close. The fact that there is a lack of actual like oversight when it comes to AI, that's concerning. It's concerning in multiple ways. So do we have any more debates? I don't think we have any more debates. I see Shizload is still there watching. All right, guys, I think that, I think I whooped them all. I think I whooped them all. Mama 3G, are you a Trump supporter?
I was on Facts Live yesterday morning, and I think you said you wanted to speak to me for a second.
Oh, yeah. It was about, gosh, you had a question about something, and I was gonna give more insight.
I called about like what the problem with the ballroom was to get more clarification, to make sure that I had my facts correct.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna tell you more about the The actual misdirection as far as like who's paying for it, there's a misconception saying that the actual people that are, there's companies that are paying for it, but they really didn't pay for it. I end up putting a video on my main page. If you go to this page right here and go check it out, I posted a video, but there's a lot of additional speculation around it, and even more so, a lot of funny things. I'll just say that there's a lot of funny things that's happening.
Okay, great. I was just really curious.
Yeah,
because I think you said
absolutely.
like, "Can I have her for a minute?" And I'm like, "What did he have to say?"
Yeah, no, absolutely. I end up making a video about it, so for sure.
Okay, great. I will go watch it. Thanks so much.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Have a great night.
You as well. Guys, I think that's it. I wasn't planning on being here for a ton, and we're actually almost at 2 hours. I was only planning on doing an hour. So I think, we'll call it. Guys, make sure you follow this. This is the backup account. We're going to be doing more debates on the backup account. So make sure you follow the backup account, but follow the main account. Follow both of them. Drop a follow in both of them. It looks like Parker is live. Let's go raid Parker. I might go hang out with him for a while. He's on his main account at Parker Get a Job. So let's go raid Parker and show Parker some love. Santana raid. Go show Parker some love. We're going to get out of here.
You stepped in a box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type.
Guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It was just a random live in the middle of the day. So yeah, you guys are freaking awesome. I'm gonna get out of here. Head over to Parker Get a Job. He's on his main page, Santana Raid. You guys get over there, show him some love, do all the wonderful things. I love you all so much. I will see you guys tonight for Late Nights with Santana, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. It is the last night of our panel discussion around debate culture. Ooh, I got a lot to talk about after this. Guys, I love you all so much. Thank you for the gifts, the taps, the likes, the shares. Thank you all for being so amazing.
Oh, and maybe some of you do not. I don't know. So.
Alrighty, everyone.
25.
Yeah,
my question is, I do. Matter of fact, I do, Parker.
What's your birth year?
But my 2000, buddy. We're in the same age demographic. I'm a little older than you. That's okay.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I vote for Trump because Kamala Harris, man, even when she was vice president for Biden, she threw him under the bus, bro. The whole party threw Biden under the bus.
Hey,
and one of her claims. No, hold on, partner, Parker. Before you started talking over me.
No, I wasn't going to talk over you. I wasn't going to talk over you. I'm just going to ask if I could thank people.
You know what I don't like about you, Parker? You're born into wealth, and you're taking money from people that you say that a country's struggling to provide for. There's people that say that America's hurting from so much.
Christine, thank you. So I have a Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, and I make money off of advertisements on YouTube. Right? People can send me money if they choose to do so. There's no force of sending me money.
But you're saying that America's.
Can I please talk?
No.
All the money specifically that people send to me.
How come you're so rich but you're here?
Okay, I'm gonna mute you now. I don't know why you're so angry. Like I'm 31 minutes in this stream.
Parker, you're 23. Come on, buddy. What are you doing with your life? Is this from the libtard? Are you a libtard?
Okay, so I'm gonna kick you now because you're using slurs and you're not gonna try to actually engage in a conversation. Jamie, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it on Venmo. Commit some W's for Jamie in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Albert, thank you for the $20 on Venmo as well. Thank you so much. Leighton, thank you so much for the $1. Pal, thank you for the $1. Gigi, thank you so much for the $5. Michelle, thank you for the $20 on PayPal. Thank you so much. Jasmine, as well, thank you for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Shannon, thank you so much for the $5 or for the $10 for Get Parker Rich Fund. Thank you. I don't know why he seems so salty and why he seems so mad. He's clearly emotional that people are sending me money, and I'm glad that every single time I thank someone for a donation, it makes him mad. That warms my heart. Every single time that someone sends me money and I thank them, it makes him a little bit more angry, and it makes him a little bit more salty, and that makes me happy. That makes me really happy. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Keshawn, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Daisy, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20 on PayPal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Can we get some W's for Daisy in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. W's for Daisy in the comment section right now. Thank you. Okay, what just happened? That scared me because typically when people like have their camera on like that, it's like not like good, but they were just trolling. Okay. What was that? They had like a suit on, they were dancing. What was going on? Yo, what's up, how old are you? Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Ashley, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of people don't like me for some reason. A lot of people, for some reason, don't like me. Peter, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Debrianna, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's up, Dean? I'm 38. All right, I'm sorry. What's up, Parker? Yes, I do.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd vote for Donald Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Donald Trump?
He's a no-nonsense type of guy. I know, you guys have your personal views about personal stuff about him, but yeah, I believe he's a no-nonsense type of guy.
Okay. And could you give me like specific examples?
I don't know if there's like a whole bunch of examples I can give you. When it comes to foreign affairs, I'd say he's a no-nonsense, not a pushover, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Really? Okay, so like he's no nonsense, not a pushover. Is that why he's changed his position on Ukraine and Russia like 12 times?
What's he changed it about? Inform me.
Yeah, so he specifically originally held the position that like he wanted to cut the funding for Ukraine, and then he changed his position on that, saying that he wanted to give funding to Ukraine, and that he specifically could get back Ukraine in its original form from Russia, and then he specifically went back on that, and now said that Putin is pro-peace.
Is he?
Yeah, he's flopped on it a few times. He also said that he would get it done in 24 hours, and he clearly flopped on that position.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that he makes a lot of false promises, very egotistical at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to debate you on something about, the SNAP benefits and stuff like that going on and the government shutdown. Would you debate me on that? So, as of November 1st, right, their SNAP benefits are not going to be distributed. I see there's a lot of blame that the left's saying, is because of the Republicans, that they have control of the Senate and everything like that. Why is it that they've brought it to the table 12 times now and only one Democrat has, voted to try to pass this temporary spending for it?
Okay, so what do you mean by when you mean by temporary spending, you mean it's not going to ensure that it's going to be existing in the long run? So in terms of the ACA subsidies and the Medicaid subsidies, so that's specifically what they're trying to uphold in terms of the Democrats, and they've made that position clear for about a month at this point, and the Republicans are choosing not to engage with that, right? All they're trying to do is keep the same level of ACA and Medicaid subsidies, and Donald Trump is essentially trying to utilize the starvation of 40 million Americans in order to pressure the Democrats into not accepting the or not wanting, or essentially not getting the ACA subsidies that continued on in the same manner in which they were.
See, you're saying that, but from the other view of it, Democrats are literally, they care so much about these premiums and holding up the ACA and everything, but with the lower premiums, I thought that was just a temporary thing for during COVID.